Good evening, believers. This is Love Coach Tasha coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. Now, you are in the right place if you have been through the trauma of infidelity, but you think you want to stick it out. This is still your honey. This is still the person that you love very, very much. You don't want to leave. You don't want to blow up your entire life. You don't want to have a new father for your children. You want the person that you are with, in spite of them being an idiot. And I am here to tell you that not only is that possible, but it is very likely to happen if only you can heal. That's the huge thing. If you can just heal, if you can get past this, you can get to a better place, have the relationship that you want, and not have to feel like you have to leave in order to get past this. So, I am here to teach you about that because I personally know how to do that. I am 15 years past the last DD, not the first one, but the last one. And my husband is my best friend. He is my favorite person in the entire world. He is the person I get along with the best. We are having a great time. I am trusting him. I am not anxious about him going anywhere, doing anything. I'm not checking his phone. I'm not doing any of the things because I've actually healed. And I want to tell you all about healing tonight on the Healing Hour Live. All right? So let me make sure everybody that asked me, can we know something that today? Absolutely. I do not keep any of this information. Whoever comes, I will answer your question. Whatever is going on, if you post it in my event, if you post it on my page, anything, anywhere, I will answer these questions for you tonight, right this minute, all right? But before we do that, I want to talk to you a little bit about the things that I know that you can do on your own that are going to start to help you to get over this trauma, because you need these things. You need to be able to get over this trauma for you to be able to move on with this relationship. It's not going to work any other way. So what we need to do is we need to get in control of our emotions, start regulating those, and get back to a place where we can get in control of what we're doing to the point where we actually work this relationship out, okay? So the first thing, of all things, it's always going to be the first thing. I'm going to tell you this no matter what, no matter how long you talk to me, all the time you will hear me say, do your deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Have you been sitting down 5 minutes, 5 times a day and doing your deep breathing? If not, you are doing yourself a disservice, okay? You are going through trauma. You need to be able to get your breathing back in control. That is going to help you tremendously as you are starting to heal. When you are anxious, when you have been traumatized, your body goes into autopilot. It does some things all by itself. It is why you are so uncomfortable in your skin right now. It is why your pulse quickens, why your heart feels like it's going to pound out of your chest, why it feels like you can't breathe and get a good deep breath in and fully exhale. It's the reason why your mouth goes dry and your ears ring and your vision narrows and your throat feels dry. There are all physiological reasons for that, and it is a trauma response. It is the fight or flight response. It's a change in the way your blood flow is going around your body. If you can get in control of your breathing, you reverse that process. You tell your brain, no, I do not need to get ready to fight or to run. I need to be here now, present with the person that I love, and I'm safe. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. That is what you're telling yourself when you're doing your deep breathing, all right? So I need you to do that. And so we are going to do it together. Since you're here with me, everybody that's here with me, everybody on Facebook, just say hi to me. Let me know I see you over there. I see you here. Just say hello, give me likes, give me loves. Let me know that you're here, and let me know you're going to do your deep breathing with me, because I'm trying to tell you, it's some good stuff, all right? I haven't seen anybody pop in on Instagram just yet, but that is all right. If you're seeing me on YouTube, hello over there too. If you have never done a live with me before, I would really appreciate it if you would go to streamyard.com/Facebook and allow them to see your name so I can see it on the screen. So then I can see Facebook and I can see YouTube all at the same time on one screen. All right, let me know. Christina, glad you're here. Amber, you're here. Fantastic. I'm glad that you're here with me. You need to be doing your deep breathing for sure, right? We are going to do that all together as a group right now, all right? We're going to do 3 times just for the sake of time, but I want you to be doing this 5 times a day. If you work with me, I will send you an email reminder 5 times a day at your choosing, and you will get an email reminder from me. Hey, do your deep breathing. It's another perk of working with me. But in the meantime, if you are not working with me, you need to remember this on your own. So put it in your phone, make it an alarm, whatever you need to do. But 5 times a day, spend this less than a minute doing your deep breathing, okay? All right, we're going to do it together. What we're going to do is 4-7-8 breathing. What we do is we blow out, deflate the lungs, make the sound when you are blowing out. We need that whooshing sound. That whooshing sound becomes a trigger that says, I am relaxing. I did it today in the car. I was a little tense driving today, and people were driving kind of crazy. And because it was a really nice day here. It was like 70 degrees, and it's been freezing. And then all of a sudden it became 70. And people were nuts on the streets today. And I was getting this ball of tension in my stomach as I was driving, thinking about how stupid people were being. And finally I just went, and that ball of tension, that knot, started to melt away because I have trained my body that when I make that sound, relax. Okay? Chick, it's time for you to relax right this second because you heard that sound. You can create good triggers in your brain. All right? All right. Oh, Meldine, hi. I'm glad you're here. Hello. Glad you're making it. I'm going to answer your question. I know you got a question for me. I'm going to answer your question coming up. All right, so we're going to do our deep breathing together. Blow out, inhale for 4, hold that breath for 7, and then blow out like you're blowing out birthday candles for a count of 8, okay? All right, I'm going to count it out for you, all right? First things first, blow out. Inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How do you feel doing your deep breathing? It's so luxurious to be sitting here just fully inhaling and exhaling all this luscious oxygen. I want you to do this, Queen. I need you to be doing this on a regular basis. This is going to help you so much with your anxiety and the pain that you are in. Oxygen helps pain. It just does. If you are breathing fully in and exhaling fully, you are going to feel better. Okay, just on its own. And then you are engaging the part of your brain. When you're doing the counting, you're engaging a different part of your brain. You're not accessing that animal part of your brain that is freaking out. You are accessing your logical, rational, reasonable brain. And that's what you need to help you to regulate your emotions. You need to engage that. So this is super important. There is a video on YouTube. It says start here and breathe. It's like one of the first videos I ever did on YouTube. Go on over to my Love Coach Dasha YouTube page if you need it. Press that video and it goes through it 5 times with you. So go ahead and just do it over and over and over again. Watch it as many times as you like and make sure to like it while you're there. Okay? All right. All righty. Next thing is doing your journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? Oh, goodness. Meldine, it feels good, right? Diana, it makes you smile to be able to do your deep breathing, right? Meldine, it does. It feels really good. It starts to lift some of that anxiety, some of that brain fog that is happening because you're not fully exhaling. Then you're not fully inhaling a whole lung full of oxygen. And when you are lacking in oxygen, your brain doesn't work properly, of course. So if you can get that good fresh oxygen in there, a whole lungful, and hold it. That's why you do the hold in the middle. And hold it and let your body actually use that oxygen, you're going to feel better. You're going to think clearer. You're not going to be as wrapped up in the emotion. So you got to be doing that consistently. Diana, got to be doing that consistently. Things go wrong in this lifetime. You got to keep your cool, doing your deep breathing. Indeed. Amber, you said, I'm going this week. Going where this week? Hey, Angela. Angela is one of our fabulous moderators in here. Say hi to Angela, y'all. Melvin, I should have used that breathing technique while driving to the mall today. I know, right? It works really well if you got anxiety driving. It works well for all sorts of anxiety. I learned to start deep breathing before this cheating thing happened. I had really bad anxiety when I was young, when I was a teenager. And I met my husband when I was like 20. I met him when I was 20. So like all the way up through that, I had this terrible anxiety. I was going to the hospital, and my mother was worried about me. She had gotten me on a heart monitor, the whole 9 yards. Come to find out, I was having panic attacks the entire time. I racked up some serious ER bills after I'd moved out, believing that there was something wrong with me, and it was just a panic attack. So I don't want you to keep having to live through that. Use that technique all the time. Amber, you said sorry going to do your homework. Oh, girl, don't be sorry about doing your homework. Go do your thing. That's right. Do exactly what you're supposed to do. This will be on the replay. You can come on back and look at it later on. If you got a question, just post it and I'll answer it, okay? Don't feel bad about going to do your homework. You go do what you need to do. You gotta do your life. You gotta live your life in spite of this pain, all right? All right. Good. All right, so, the next thing, doing your journaling. You need to do your journal. You need to sit down and have a little moment for yourself. You need self-care. As you were trying to heal from this, as you were trying to get past this, you need self-care. And your deep breathing is one. Doing your journaling, that's another. You need to grab yourself the prettiest journal that you will want to write in. Because if you don't make it something you really want to write in, you'll forget. But if it's something that, it's sitting out there, look how pretty that is. It will remind you to sit down and write in it. What you need to do, it doesn't matter what kind of journal it is. Some journals have stuff in them, some don't. It doesn't matter what kind of journal you use. Pen, pencil, marker, crayon. I don't give a damn what you use as long as you are doing your journaling. Sit down twice a day, once when you first wake up, once when you're getting ready to go to bed. That's going to help you to get your day started the right way. If you can write something that you are grateful for first thing in the morning, if you can write your plan of the day, your plan of attack for how you're going to deal with a trigger that day, all sorts of things can go in here first thing in the morning. And while your brain is at its most plastic, when you are first waking up and when you're about to go to sleep, that's when your brain is the most elastic. That's when you can introduce new ideas. You can make it do things that you want it to do. And then before you go to bed at night, sit on down with it. Pour those thoughts out of your head that have been going through your brain all day, that have been stressing you out. Write down triggers, write down things that you have discovered about how you feel, what was going on, all sorts of things. And then that's going to help you to get to sleep at night. If you're having trouble with sleep and you have been just tossing and turning at night, it will help to journal before you go to bed. You can relax and write in your journal and think about your day and drink a nice cup of tea and take care of yourself before you get ready to go to bed. Letting some of that stuff off of your brain and putting it down on paper usually will tell your brain that it's okay to let it go for right now, because it's down here. It's on a piece of paper. It is solid. It is in the world. I don't have to worry about forgetting it. It is here. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it go, and let's go ahead and get some rest for the night. That is an excellent thing, right? All right. Then, three things you need for your journal. You need your date, you need your time, you need your level of anxiety. Date and time is so that you can go back and you can learn things from your journal. I promise you there are so many lessons to be learned by going back and reading your journal. If you go back and you notice that every Monday at 8:18 p.m., you are having a trigger, you are having a panic attack. Okay, we need to roll that back a little bit. We need to figure out what happens during the day on a Monday. What happens on a Sunday night that's going on that is stressing you out and causing this trigger? Because a lot of the time you're not automatically triggered. You will be slow burning about a trigger. The trigger will have happened and then you don't know that you've been building this trigger up on the inside of you. You can talk about how your body feels in your journal, and that's important for figuring out triggers, because if you don't know what your body feels like when you're triggered, it's going to sneak up on you. So we don't need it sneaking up on you. We need to be very aware of what it's doing. All right. And then the level of anxiety, 0 to 10. 0 is no anxiety whatsoever. All is right with the world. But 10 is loss of control. It is not what you think it is. It is not when you were freaking out and you are just having a moment. I'm talking about a 10 is a loss of control. 10 is I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked, and I won't even care about it because that's how out of control I am. All right. If you're at that level, if you are at a 10, you are not sitting down with your journal and writing in it. So don't even fool yourself into thinking that you're a 10 if you're sitting down writing with your journal. It is a loss of control. You can't get yourself together. Okay. That's one of those rocking and crying on the floor of the shower moments. That's a 10. All right. But if you sit down with your journal, do this twice a day, 5 minutes. Don't go farther than that. You don't have to fill up pages, but just 5 minutes of writing down your honest feelings, your thoughts, what's going on with you. You are going to find patterns in that book. You are going to find the patterns of what's going on inside you, and you will know yourself better, and you can anticipate when something is going to happen instead of it coming up and just smacking you in the back of the head when it happens. Does that make sense? I want you to be prepared. I don't want you to be just running around here struggling. I need you to know that there's something you can do about that. All right. Next thing that you can do all by yourself, nobody else. You don't have to wait on anybody. You don't have to wait for your boo. You don't have to wait for anybody else to help you, is to develop a practice of gratefulness. Okay. To sit down first thing in the morning, when you first wake up. If you normally wake up and you're like, oh God, he hurt me so bad, and I was hurting so bad yesterday, and I'm probably going to be hurting today, you are starting your day off wrong. Okay. You need to start your day off looking around the environment that you're in. First and foremost, you are blessed. You are under a roof. You are in a bed when you first wake up. There are plenty of people who are not. Be grateful for that. You need to be grateful for every little solitary thing that is in your life that is a good thing. You need to acknowledge all the good things that happen to you day in and day out. It's going to help retrain your brain. When your brain is stuck in this trauma, that little trauma monster is just dancing around saying that nothing is ever good. Everything is always terrible. And if you can prove that that's not true, you don't always have to listen to that voice who is telling you horrible things about your relationship. You can figure out that that little voice might be lying to you, because you have plenty of things that you can be grateful for. All right. So that's why I do Thirsty Thursday. I always want to hear your good news. No matter what, any old time during this broadcast, please feel free to tell me some good news this Thirsty Thursday so I can share it and shout you out, because as you share good news, it multiplies. When you get to tell somebody something good and spread good, it will help somebody else, okay? Not just you. It will multiply for you too, but as you are spreading it, it's going to spread that light even further and farther, and then that comes back to you. It does. All right, so Devlin or Devlin, let me know, hun, because I don't want to mess your name up. I know you just got here, didn't you? You just got here, what, yesterday? You are already participating. Damn it, girl, I love it. You are on it. But I want to say Devlin, but it could be Devlin. And either way, let me know. Correct me. But you, my friend, had some good news. Devlin said, the good thing that happened this week is I've started the process of getting back to me by joining a Zumba class and starting a 3-week training program. Okay. It's small things, but I've been stuck in self-pity and anger since finding out about my significant other's cheating almost a year ago now. Small steps, but I'm ready to focus on me and get out of this hole. Girl, come on, I will help you get out of the hole. If you need me, let me know that you're going to get out of the hole, because I will definitely help you. I know the way out of that hole, okay? But I'm so glad that you're doing things for yourself. I'm proud of you. I am glad that you are getting yourself out of that stuck. It's the devastation phase. You're just devastated. You're just a pile of flesh on the ground. You have no bones. You have just been hit by this thing and you can barely stand up and you have lost all your marbles all over across the floor. That's like the devastation phase. You're crawling out of that. You've decided that you don't want to be there anymore. You don't want to be in a puddle on the floor anymore. You want to stand up and you want to feel better. And that is exactly how you do it. That is exactly how you start to feel better, is you make your choices. You live your life and do the things that you want to do and that make you happy and make you feel fulfilled. And then you start to feel better. Excellent work. I am very proud of you, girl. Thank you for sharing too. All right. Anybody else? Let me know, because I love some good news. I love to share some good news with you. I am excited. Diana, will this be available to rewatch? I think I need to rewatch this every day. Yes, all the videos are in the group. All the videos are right under. On my laptop it says media, but most of the time I think it says photos on my phone. But it's under that. Just go into the media or the photos file, and all of the videos are in there, and they're on YouTube too. Since I started putting it on YouTube, but that's been I think that might have been a year by now. So there's plenty of them over there on YouTube. There's plenty of them here. You can always go back and rewatch some of the old ones. I've been saying this good stuff for a minute now. All right? It's like, yep, you can watch a replay. Saving it to your phone to play it daily. Good. Go ahead and use that as much as you possibly can. Like I said, I'm not trying to keep any information from you here. I want you to know exactly how to heal. I don't want to keep any secrets. I want you to know exactly what I know. All right? Because I'm better. Lori, hey girl, hey. I see you over there. Hello, glad you're here. All right. But yes, Angela said go back and rewatch a lot of videos. Good. I'm glad. I have a whole library here. I'm gonna start taking some of the clips from out of them. If you watch one that's good, or you see I said something good, let me know which one it is, because I'm gonna start going back and taking clips out of them and putting them on YouTube and doing YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikToks. So yeah, let me know if you find stuff that's really good in one of the videos. Let me know. Oh goodness. Oh, and speaking of, let me know about stuff. Oh wait, hold up. Let me focus. Hold on. I get distracted sometimes. Look. Undiagnosed ADHD. All right, we got to get this last thing before I go on. And that is for you to stop asking questions. I really want you to stop, okay? I know you want to ask the questions. I know your brain is screaming at you to ask all of the questions. However, it is not helping you, okay? I need you to stop doing that. I know you feel like you want to do it. I know you did, but I don't want you to do that. Lori, I've missed you on Wednesday nights too. Wednesday night is the Recovery and Reconciliation membership. I'm going to open that back up. I don't know exactly when. So sooner or later, I'll open that back up for people to sign up for that. But yes, we meet every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, I have a group, and if there's nobody else in the group, and you come and you're by yourself with me, I will sit there and talk to you for an hour. So it just depends. Sometimes we have the full group. Sometimes it's a whole bunch of people there. Sometimes it's just maybe one or two people that pop in. But you got all that time. We got a whole hour. You can sit and talk to me. But yes, I have missed you. You know I miss talking to you, Lori. But I always like it when I don't hear from you, because I'm like, okay, usually no news is good news. If I don't hear from you, I feel like, okay, you must be doing okay. All right. Meldine, you say I still asked two questions 2 years later. Girl, stop. What are you trying to find out? What do you think is going to be different in all of the answers that you've gotten? Because you've asked the exact same questions already. I promise you have. Your brain will keep on asking the same thing, cycling through the same questions over and over again. So what do you think you haven't learned? What do you think that you have not known that you need to know to go ahead and let it go and heal finally? Now ask these questions. All right. Let me know what you need. What do you need to know? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think that you're going to ask that suddenly is going to change something? Let me know. I know you want to ask the questions, but I am big on don't ask the questions. Okay. It. Oh, just the why. You probably know why better than he does, Melty. You probably do. You probably know why he did this better than he does. You understand him pretty good. You do. We'll come back to that. Hold on. But if you are going to ask a question, let it be one of these. This is a very, very simple game. It's the healing edition, isn't that interesting? But the healing edition. This is it's like 199 questions that you can just deal out a couple and you ask each other questions back and forth. You can pass if you want to and not answer a question if it's going to be a little destructive, you think, or if it's going to be awkward, you don't want to talk about it. You can skip a question, but they got good questions in here. So instead of asking the why, Melody, let me give you better questions to ask, okay? Let me give you a few. All right. What pattern do you see in me that limits our ability to grow together? Ooh, you want to ask a question, Melody? You want to ask a question? I bet you the answer is you keep asking the same questions. I bet you anything. The pattern that you would see that limits your ability to grow together is asking all them questions. Let me show this on Instagram. What pattern do you see that limits our ability to grow together? And over here, can you see it on Facebook? What pattern do you see in me that limits our ability to grow together? I bet you he'll say, asking all them questions. I bet you he will. All right. Let me give you another one. How do you define healing? Interesting. Not a chance to just throw things in each other's face, but a chance to discuss it, a chance to think about it. How do you define healing? And one more. Cut the deck. How do you care for me? Ooh, that's a little deeper, but that's okay. That's a simple question. How do you care for me? Oh, what if he asked you that? How do you care for me? That's a good one, right? Those are good ones. I like them too. I do. They're good questions. They're better questions than, why did you do this? You know what was going on with him. You know all of the circumstances that were going on around inside his brain and outside in the world around him. I bet you know better than you think you do exactly why he did it. I bet you do. I'll tell you the three categories of the why he could have done this. Okay, you stick him in one of these categories or all three if you need to. Sick, sad, stupid. All right, stupid ain't what you think it is. Hold on. Sick is any kind of illness whatsoever. That is mental illness. That is physical illness. You are dealing with addiction, all sorts of things going on with somebody, depression. All of that can be an illness. All illnesses cause us to act differently as people. I was a nurse for 20 years. Everybody acts different when they're sick. It just is what it is. It is one of the things about being a human being. When we are in that vulnerable position, it changes how we behave. Sad is grief of some kind. It could be grief for the way he thought his life was going to go. It could be grief for what he thought he was going to do and change the world. It could be grief for the relationship between the two of you is not going well. It could be grief, I lost my parents. I lost a friend. I lost a sister or brother. It could be all sorts of pain of loss in some way. And then there is stupid, which is actually the stupid things we're told about being in a relationship with one another. Men are told god-awful, stupid things about being in a relationship, especially from other men who they're supposed to be looking up to. When they get in relationships with us, it's completely different than what they're told that they're supposed to be doing their entire lives before they get with us. So, it could be their mom or their dad cheated. It could be that they never felt good about themselves, never had good self-esteem. It could be all sorts of things. Whatever is in your person's history, that is what usually the stupid comes from. All right? So you think about that, Melvin. You tell me, I bet you know just as well as he knows. You probably know better than he knows what was going on in his brain that caused him to make this big decision. But all you need to really know, okay, all right, hold on. But all you need to really know is that people don't make a decision this bad feeling good. You don't make a decision to blow up your entire world, to cheat on your spouse, to possibly lose your marriage and your relationship and your access to your children because you're feeling good. You know him, and you're saying he's got the depression going on. He was sad about your toxic marriage and oh Lord, in his career after the Army. Yes, Lord, if they retire from the Army, the Navy. I'm from Virginia. I know about the men retiring from the military and getting totally lost. Definitely those first two, and partially three. You know, see, you don't even have to keep asking that question anymore. You are probably clearer on what the hell is going on in his head than he was at the time, because he was the one going through the pain. You can see it from the outside. You can see that things weren't going well. The marriage wasn't going well. And that career thing after the Army, that's a big one. That is a huge one. Lots of people get divorced after somebody leaves the military because all of a sudden it's a whole new lifestyle and we don't know how to deal with each other in this brand new life. So yes, you know. You don't have to ask it anymore. You are aware. You are fully informed of what's going on. Now, could you let it go? Could you let go of the questions? Do you think now, knowing for sure what it was going through his brain, that you could stop asking that same question? Or would it be another question? Sometimes the question will just switch. You'll get the answer to the why, and then it'll be a whole nother question. But for the time being, does that help? I hope that does. All right. Love talking to all of y'all. Thank you all for being here. You know, I'm always excited to come and do this. I love talking to you. I love answering all your questions. There was somebody in the group like earlier this week who was stressing out, saying, you know, that she felt like, you know, she had been to a lot of people that didn't help her. And I felt her on that. She was kind of thinking that I was like that too. But I'm like, I want you to feel like you gotta like pay me to know this stuff. I will tell you anyway. If you want to work with me, if you want me to be there with you, if you want me to consistently fight that monster with you, I am with you. I can do that, but I'm not gatekeeping this information. You all need to know how to heal. I didn't know how to do it. It drove me nuts till I figured it out. And I'm sharing everything that I know. All right. Well, then you say you can let go of the questions. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let go of the questions. Don't ask all those questions. And cut down on all the questions that you ask in general. We as women, we tend to ask a ton of them. And as you start traveling down that path, even if it's questions that are innocent questions, you start leading yourself back to the pain again. So try and like limit like all questions. It will calm the whole situation down, and it will change the way your brain works. Because your brain right now, because of the trauma, because of that trauma reaction, your brain wants to question everything. It's like, I got to keep an eye on everything. I have to have the information about everything. And as you're doing that, as you're letting your brain do that, it just keeps convincing itself that that's what it needs to be doing. And so it does it over and over and over again. So as you stop asking those questions, as you back off of them, you are stopping your brain in that process, and you are making it think of something else to say and do. And so then you come out of that rut. So it's good all the way around. It really is. Yay. Lori said, yay, Belty. Yay. Good job. I'm proud of you. Trust me, it's much better without the questions. All right. Before I go on to answer all the questions that are posted, and if you're here with me now, absolutely post your questions. Let me know, because I want to answer. But I wanted to let you all know, I know that Valentine's Day is coming up. I wanted to give you a couple tips about that and give you a little offer. Okay, so as far as Valentine's Day, okay, we got some days left. You need to let your honey know what you want, all right? I know it's a whole bunch of, well, I don't know if I should celebrate. You absolutely should. I am a celebrate girl, okay? I'm going to always tell you to celebrate every possible occasion that you possibly can with your beloved, because that is part of the healing process. You would normally celebrate. If you were feeling good, if you weren't feeling sad, you would be celebrating. So the trick of it is, to feel good, you must do the things that you know you would do as you are feeling good. Okay? You can't act like a person that is hurting and heal. You have to act like a person who is healing. And a person who is healing is willing to celebrate, is willing to have some fun. Okay? There is a TikTok right now. It is a filter. A quick idea. Go sit up with your honey, hit that filter. It's a Valentine's prediction. I think that's what it's called. Go hit that filter. It's going to flash through some ideas above your head, and whatever it says, go do it. You can look up in the filters and everything on Facebook. I mean, on TikTok. Go look up on all of those filters and Valentine's anything. See if you can find one of the Valentine's ones. Get an idea and have some fun with it. Okay. Second thing is, you said you bought the card but wasn't sure if you were going to give it to him, even though he's taking you out for Valentine's Day. Well, give him the card. Give him the card. All right, Diana, you said I've asked the same questions over and over, expecting a different response. Yeah, it's maddening. It is. Because if he gives you a different response, then what? Then you're going to be happy? Absolutely not. Because you're going to be like, you're lying. Now we have nothing good going at all now. So no, it's not good. He continues to answer exactly the same way and tells me, what answer do you want? Trauma is hard. Exactly. At least you got one of those who's strong enough to do that. A lot of men will hear that question over again and be like, oh, apparently she didn't like that answer the last time, so maybe I should come up with another one. So, at least he's consistent. Right? But as far as Valentine's Day, let him know what you want to do. Get yourself prepared. Be starting to think about this now. Being good company, being a good date, acting like a person who is healed and is enjoying receiving some romance. Okay? If you don't want to do that, then you're going to set yourself up so that next year you're remembering back to this year when I didn't do anything and he didn't do anything for me and it was just miserable and he should have tried harder. Instead of doing that, just go ahead and know that you want to tell him exactly what you want to do. Tell him what presents you want. Let him know. Make him be very clear on it. And then go ahead and have some fun on Valentine's Day. If you are having trouble, if the cards don't work, I know all the cards are all mushy and lovey-dovey, and of course they should be. But if you are struggling and you cannot figure out what to say, or you got a message, but as you're reading the message, you're like, oh yeah, this is probably not very positive, not very romantic, not real loving. It's just a message about the cheating. If you need help with that, I got a special on right now. I decided on this like 5 minutes before I came on. $5. I will help you write it. All right. There were 2 people in the group that I already said that I would help, and I got y'all for free. But if you are having trouble with that, message me. $5. I will help you write that message. I am real good with words. I love to write a lovely message. I am a wedding officiant and I love to make vows. I love to make, the words flow so that the whole entire place is crying by the end of the ceremony. So go ahead and hit me up. If you're having trouble with that, I got you. All right. Other thing, you were struggling choosing a card. Yeah, it is. It's hard. And all of them are so mushy and so, lovey-dovey, and you're not quite in that place. I'm good at creating. I can give you a loving card. I can give you a loving message that is not all mushy and it's true. You want it to be true. That's the whole thing. Let it be true about your love and about your feelings. We can work that out. If you need to work with me, come on. I got you. $5. All right, because I really like writing. All right, Angela said we can't sit back and make him do all the work if we are wanting to save our marriage. We have to try to instead of keeping him at a distance. Exactly. That's what we got to do. We got to be doing it. That's why I had problems. That's why I started this group and started coaching women, because when I was going through it, there was all these books that were telling me what he could do. And okay, fine, but I'm the one hurting. Is there anything that I can do to stop the hurting? And they were like, well, no, he has to go ahead and change everything before you can stop hurting. And I was like, I'll be damned. I think that's a stupid idea. I wanna feel better. He's gonna work on his stuff, yeah, but I want to feel better like now. How can we work that out? So that's what I have figured out with the dream formula. And I tell you all about is how to heal like now. You don't even have to worry about his part. Just do your part, work on the dream formula, and you're going to heal. All right. Cassandra said acknowledgement and also his sincere apologies and what he needs to do to fix things. That's what you want to hear from him? How many times has he apologized, though? What are you going to think is a sincere apology? And then what he needs to do to fix things, he has absolutely no idea. And he can't fix you, so there is nothing. He cannot do that. So you're asking him to do that. You're asking for that from him, but you're not going to be able to get that because he can't fix you. You're the only person that can fix you. You're the only person that can work on your emotions because they're inside you. He can't access them. But acknowledgement and an apology, I'm pretty sure, hasn't he acknowledged that he was wrong? And hasn't he said he was sorry? More than likely, like they do say it, but it's just the fact that when you're in that messed up state of mind, you can't accept it. And so he can say it over and over and over again, but what good is that? That doesn't do you any good until you're in a place that you can actually handle hearing it and then accept it for what it is. Does that make sense to you, Cassandra? Maldine, you said every car seems for a healthy marriage. I know, right? Aren't they hoping? They got high hopes. They do. But that's okay. If you need help with it, I got you. He said more than I can count, but it doesn't seem like enough. How many times he's apologized? Yeah, exactly. It doesn't help. It doesn't. You can keep on saying, well, you need to apologize. And he's going to be like, okay, I am apologizing again. I love you. I am sorry. And you're going to be like, you don't mean it. I was like that too. Don't think that I wasn't. I was exactly the same way. But when you get to the place where you're healing, then you can feel like, okay, I can accept it. I will feel better by hearing it. But don't keep asking for it until you're actually ready to hear it. There's no need. You're wasting your time. And then he's willing to do what you want, but then that is you're showing that you don't really know what you want. So he's willing to do it, but then if you keep asking for it over and over again, he's like, oh, you don't really know what you want at all. All right, well, you sit down and wait until you figure that out and then let me know. So it won't feel as sincere to you if you're not ready for it. All right. Let's see. So many questions. All right. Let me look. I hope I didn't miss anything. Did I miss anybody? It went by so fast. I don't know if I missed anything. Anything that anybody was saying? Oh, who was that said he decided this year for Valentine's Day we were just writing each other letters. That's nice. Okay. Mine is a love letter, but no. Mine is a love letter, but it also expresses my hurt. No. That is not a nice Valentine's letter. Do you want him expressing hurt in his Valentine's letter? Do you want that? No, do not do that. Come talk to me. Come show me the letter. I will help you, okay? Do not send him a Valentine with, but you hurt me. No, don't do that. It's not cool. It's not cute. All right? And he expresses his love, but also his feelings and his acknowledgement of what happened. Honestly, we've done this numerous times since D-Days, and it helps so much. Yeah, you gotta stop saying the bad stuff, though. You want to heal. We want to get to the better place where we're not talking about this all the time, all right? Don't keep going back and talking about pain. It's not helping you. All right. Okay. All right. I think I got everybody there. All right. Let me see. If you got questions, Please feel free. You know I love to hear from you. I want to hear every single solitary question and answer them all because you deserve to get an answer. You do. You don't deserve to be sitting here stuck trying to struggle for this forever, okay? All right. Jen says, all right, is it normal to keep looking through his phone, email, social media, especially when he isn't there? I'm afraid I'm going to get caught by surprise today. Jen, it is absolutely normal. That's not the problem. The problem is it's not helpful. The problem is it's going to cause you more pain. It keeps you stuck in that pain loop. Your brain is screaming to you, you can't trust him. Go look. And then you go look and you don't feel good while you're looking, right? Your heart is pounding out of your chest because you could get caught doing something you know is wrong. And it doesn't, you're like, oh, well, what if I find something? Well, what if I don't find something? Your stomach is flipping. It's in knots. Your heart is pounding out of your chest. You know it's not something good to do because it doesn't feel good to do. And so then you go through it and you keep looking and you find nothing. Okay, that's great and all, but now you have taught your brain, okay, if I go through it, if I go through feeling awful and then I go through the phone and then I don't find anything, then I'll feel better for a little while. But that's like every other drug, okay? It's a little bit at first. And then you're like, oh, that high felt really, really good. Let me go chase that again. And the same amount of that drug does not produce the same amount of high that it did the first time. You tell me, Jen, let me know. Is it better and better every time that you check? Or is it worse and worse and worse? It's less time in between. Just like drugs, it's less time where you're okay in between checking because it becomes an addiction. It becomes what your brain is focused on. Your brain says you can't feel relief from any of this unless you're looking, unless you're doing something you know to be deceptive. Now, it's not cool to go through people's phones. It's not okay for you. It's not okay for him. It's not okay to do. That is a red flag in a relationship that you are going through somebody's phone. I know people have told women that that's okay, but I'm here to tell you it's not. It is a definite sign of abuse. It is overstepping boundaries to go through somebody else's stuff. I don't care if you're married. That's not yours. You and him, yes, we are one, but you are still two separate individuals, and him going through your stuff without you knowing is a red flag. So it's the same way when you go through his stuff without him knowing, okay? So it's totally normal to do, but it's not good to do. It is not a good thing to do. Not a positive thing to do. It doesn't help you. It doesn't make you feel any better. It just leaves you stuck for, okay, when is the next time I can go and be sneaky and check his phone? Aren't we trying to tell them not to be sneaky? Isn't that what we're doing? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? Like, if it's okay for you to be sneaky, why is it okay for him not to be sneaky? We gotta make sure that we are paying attention to the standard that we are setting. I don't want you to go through his stuff. I really don't. Lori, pain shopping. I knew it has a name, right? Pain shopping. Looking for that problem. Looking for an issue. It is not effective. It just makes you feel bad. It makes you feel bad to do it. And then, okay, yeah, you feel better because you didn't find anything. But okay, if you do find something, now you got to go tell him that you were sneaking through his stuff. So you're sneaky. And you're going to tell him outright that you were sneaky, but I caught you doing something sneaky too. Okay, we all sneaky then. We all sneaky together. You can't expect somebody to act better than you, okay? If you are not in control of your own actions, you can't ask anybody else to be in control of theirs. So that is my feeling about the going through the phone, going through his email, going through his social media. It's an obsessive way to be in a relationship. You shouldn't be all in his social media worrying about who he's liking, who he's talking to. It's too much. You are trying to run his life and run yours. It is not going to be effective. And the whole getting caught by surprise again, I mean, you're going to get caught by surprise by something eventually. But in the meantime, you are keeping the misery so close to you that you can't have any good times in between the next bad thing that happens. There's always going to be something bad that happens. But right now, you are just extending the misery from the last time something bad happens, and you're going to extend that way out until the next bad thing happens. No good in between those things. And that's not fair to you. Why do that to yourself? Why do you have to do that? Because something bad happened to you once. You can't enjoy yourself. You can't enjoy life in the meantime. That sucks. That is not a way to live, and I don't want you to do that. So leave his stuff alone. Get out of his stuff. Tell him change the codes, whatever it is that he needs to do. It's not healthy for you at all. It does not help you heal. All right. If it helps you heal, I'd say do it all day. But it's paint shopping, as Lori said. Thank you for coming up with the word. But it's paint shopping, and it's not doing you any good. All right. Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Sherry said, how do you handle the injustice of it all? Well, I have always known life ain't fair. Nobody ever said life was fair. Who said that? Nobody said that. It's the fact that sometimes it's not fair in your favor. So everybody's going to have a downturn on this wheel. It's a big old wheel of life going round and round. It's not about justice. It is about the fact that sometimes bad things will happen to you. Sometimes other people are at an advantage, and that's just part of being a human being on this planet. So it's not really about injustice. It's about just doing the best you can with the experience you have in this body. You have been put on this planet to experience emotions, to be here in this physical realm, and to do things, and to move things, and to create things, and to grow. And you don't grow from all good things happening to you. What kind of person are you if all good things happen to you? You don't have any struggle. You've never learned anything. You've never learned how to get past any adversity. Like, you're not doing well in life if nothing bad ever happens to you that you have to overcome. So it's not really injustice that bad things happen to you. Bad things happen to all of us. Every single person gets their share, and it's different for everybody. Not everybody gets cheated on, but some people get a mate that's in prison for life. Some people get a mate that is strung out on drugs and taking all the rent money all the time. You could have all sorts of problems. You could have all sorts of problems. If you took your problems right now and laid them on the ground, and anybody else can come along and pick them up, but they got to lay down their problems, I guarantee you wouldn't want their problems. I promise you, if they looked at your problems, was like, ooh, he just cheated? Okay, all right, let me grab that problem and set my problem down. You don't even know what problem you would get after that. So it sucks that it happens, but you also get to grow and become who you are supposed to be because bad things happen. You get to learn more. You get to stretch. You get to expand your brain. That is a good thing. I know bad emotions don't feel good, but if you never felt any bad emotions, how would you know what good emotions felt like? How would you know what a good thing was if nothing bad ever happened? There has to be balance. There has to be more than just, oh, you feel good all the time in a relationship. Expecting that to be the standard is too much. It's too much to expect of another person. It's too much to expect of a relationship that you are just going to be happy and fulfilled and feeling wonderful all day, every day with this person forever. That is a lot to expect. It really is. So it's not fair, but nobody ever said life was fair. And sometimes it's unfair in your favor. So you just got to wait until that wheel comes back around. It's something else is going to be unfair in your favor, and that's going to be your justice. It will happen. It always happens. All right. Does that make sense to everybody that's here? And Sherry, I hope you're still here, but does that make sense to you? Does that seem like a reasonable thing that some bad is going to happen, some good is going to happen? Got to roll with it. What is it? The gambler got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You get whatever hand you get. You got to know how to play it. That's the whole thing. That's the game that we're playing. All right? Oh, what else? All right. I said, yeah. Got that question. All right. There was something else. There was more questions. Where's the post? Got everything else up here and not okay, there we go. All right. Karen asked how to get the AP out of your head. Oh, Lizzie, the AP is a fair partner. Let me write that down for you. Just so you know. A fair partner is AP. That's one thing, honestly. Stop calling her the damn AP. Stop. You are the queen. Don't give her no damn titles. Don't give her no damn time. Call her by her first name, like the peasant girl that she is, okay? The whole AP thing, I think that messes with us because it is a way for you to avoid saying her name. And as you are doing that, you are avoiding dealing with the feelings. If you go ahead and start using her name on a regular basis, when you were thinking about it, when you were talking to it, this child has nothing on you. This peasant girl cannot be the queen. You call her by her name. Don't give her any titles. Okay, that's the first thing to get her out of your head. While she's in your head, you call her something that is normal. Don't give her no extra titles. Don't give her anything fancy. Okay. You say you'll do good for days, and then bam, she's back. I know. Well, you know what? Diana put up the thing. I think this was a TikTok. And it said, well, why are you going back and staring at the page of the person that they cheated with? You are sitting there because, number one, you're trying to compare yourself. If they were able to cheat with this person, then that must mean that there's something missing in me that they have found in them. And that's not even true. That's just an assumption based on your self-esteem being hurt by this. And then the second thing was, you're looking at them the same way that your brain looks at a threat. Okay, you are, let's say you're afraid of spiders, right? You can pick out a spider any damn where, can't you? If you are afraid of spiders, you can look around the room, you can scan a room, not really even looking for spiders, but you can see a spider because your brain is like, spider, right there, spider, there it is. It's the same thing. It is this person was a danger, so let me keep thinking about them. Let me keep wondering what they're doing. Let me keep focusing on them so then they won't be a danger to me. You're giving her too much credit with the whole thinking about her, with looking her up, all of that type of stuff. You're giving her credit that you don't have to give her. You don't have to give her your thoughts. You do not have to let her live rent free in your head. That is unnecessary. She is not worth all that. So you got to keep talking to yourself about that. Your brain will treat her as the enemy, as the threat in your life. And so as you're going through your life, you're looking for that threat. You got to take that status away from her. She's no threat to you. She has not been a threat to you. Yeah, she had sex with your man. Okay, that doesn't mean you're me. Okay, there's a TikTok of it's American Horror Story. She says, I'm a 747, you're a paper airplane. Do not presume to think that you're like me because you can fly a little. That's all this is. It's an attitude. We got to get the attitude back that you are the queen here. Don't sit here and focus on her like she's the queen to be adored. You have to keep your focus on her because how wonderful she is. Absolutely not. Stop that. Do not keep on believing that she's so much better than you because she's not. She was some chick who thought it was okay to have sex with a married man or a man that obviously is not that into her, but her self-esteem said that, oh, well, if you have sex with him, then he'll pay you attention. That's who that is. Why are you obsessing over her? You got to be realistic about who she actually is and then come to terms with the fact that she could never compare with you. She could never. So there's no need for you to waste your breath, waste your time, waste your brain cells on her because she can't be you. She can't be you. She can't beat you. Yeah. Does that make sense? You all let me know. Let me know if I'm talking crazy. But that's my main thing. I'm like, ain't nobody like me. There is nobody that can take care of that man like I can take care of that man. Ain't nobody gonna ever make him that happy. It is just impossible. So I'm not getting threatened. I'm not feeling stressed. I am just knowing who I am and what I got going on. Let's see. I call her whore. Forbid anybody to say her name. I know the whore thing feels good, but yeah, she's definitely a peasant. Yeah, I know it feels good to say that she's a whore. I know it does, but that's still a title. It's still a title. You're still giving her a title like she's queen. She's not queen. She's just whoever that girl is. So use her name because you don't respect her. You can say exactly who she is. It don't hurt you at all. Meltine, you said you're right. My husband said the same thing. I'm trying to tell you exactly. I had a thing when I kept looking at her page. It was insane. Yeah, you get stuck. Your brain is telling you that this is somebody that's a threat to you. Stop believing that. You don't have to believe that. That is not true. Karen said, yes, it does. Thank you. Good. I'm glad. A peasant. A whole peasant is what she is, Melody. Or Lori. A whole peasant. I like that. Peasant girls out here trying to be queens. That's all it is. And if you, of course you would want to be queen. If you were a peasant, right? If you couldn't get a man, if you couldn't keep a man, if you out here spreading your legs for any old body and just not having any type of luck with being in a relationship, of course you would want to be the queen. Of course you would try your best to try and measure up and be as good as the queen. But do you think that that's happening? No, that doesn't happen. You are who you are. If you just a whore, you a whore. I'm sorry, it is what it is. All right. Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea. Yes, it does. My man had an online affair with his ex for 4 years behind your back. He kept telling her he was single. She didn't even know I existed. I struggle sometimes with if I should tell her the 100% truth or not. Do you know that he did that, or is he saying that he did that? Did you read the messages and know that he said he was single, or is he just saying that he said that to you? Because a lot of the times they'll say it. They say that they're in the relationship just so that the other person knows, okay, that I don't want to have to try and work out a relationship with you. I'm already in a relationship, but I want to sleep with you on the side. With an ex, okay, you've seen all the messages. With an ex, a lot of the time that is about some revenge. That's what that is most of the time. Every time I see it, that's what it is. It is she hurt him in the relationship and he wanted to come back and prove, see, I can have you anytime I feel like it, peasant girl. That's exactly what he's doing. So he was telling her whatever it took for her to just go ahead and fall into bed with him and do what he told her to do. That's what that was. It wasn't the fact. And, she got to know that he with somebody else. Lord have mercy. She ain't stupid. But he was telling her what she wanted to hear so that she would do what he wanted her to do. Yep. I'm trying to tell you, that's how it goes. So often, especially when it's an ex, it's some revenge stuff. It is because I'm mad at you from some stuff that happened in the past, and I'm going to prove to you how much you need me and how much I don't need you. He said that's what he said it was revenge. I didn't know. I just didn't know that's the truth. I know, right? It's like, damn it, is he really telling the truth? Yeah, he was. It was. That's all it was. It was saying whatever it took to prove to her, see, you can't even get past me. You'll open your legs for me anytime I get ready to take you. You'll do what I want you to do. That's all that was. That's all it was. You're welcome, Chelsea. I hope that makes you feel better, because that was from their relationship. That was some pettiness and some issues that had happened beforehand, before you even got there. So yeah, that's what that was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the time they are actually telling the truth. By the time they like confess it, they are actually telling the truth of like why they did it and what was going on in their heads. But it's hard to believe in the moment, in the pain, in the trauma. It's hard to believe that stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Any other? Y'all got questions? Let me know. Glad y'all are popping in with me today. You know I love talking to y'all. I wait for this every Thursday. This is I get excited. I get a little anxious too. I get a little anxious beforehand, but I enjoy doing this with you. I really want to answer your questions. I want you to know this stuff. I don't want you to be sitting around stuck like I was. It took me like 4 years to heal, and it it could have been like a year. I'm trying to tell you, most women that I work with, if you work with me steady and then you keep on going with what I told you to do and you keep on applying it to your life, in a year from now, you're going to be in a whole different place, because everything that I told you, it was like I was gathering it up in bits and pieces as I was healing myself. But I'm giving it all to you right now, right here in this moment, and you can just take it and you can run with it. And in a year from now, I'm telling you, you can feel better. Oh, Sophie asked if she was a horrible person because she didn't want to get him anything or do anything for their anniversary, which is on the 12th of February, as well as Valentine's Day. Sophie, celebrate, okay? This is your anniversary. You have made it 12 years. You earned a celebration for your 12th anniversary. You have come through the things in your vows that you said you would come through. That, okay, for better or for worse, for sickness and health, richer or for poor. You were doing all of those things. You are still here. You are still standing with him. Yes, celebrate. Don't be like that. Don't shut yourself down and not celebrate your anniversary, not celebrate Valentine's Day, and then next year comes around and you're dreading it because you have the memory of last year. Well, we didn't do anything last year. You didn't treat me special last year, even though you asked for it. So now it's a couple of years in a row. You got to try and get over it. If you got the opportunity, celebrate now. Okay? All right. Anybody got any questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? I hear them all. I hear all. I see all. You all, absolutely, this Valentine's Day thing, I know it's difficult. For Sophie, if you need me to do it, I can write you a message for your anniversary. You tell me what it is that you're overall trying to say, and I can put it in some good words. Okay? Pretty good at it. Let's see. Sherry said, do you think by staying, they think I did all this and she tolerated it, so now she's still staying so I can do whatever I want and they cause even more pain? Absolutely not. That is absolutely the opposite of what happens. You staying and forgiving, not just staying and being miserable, okay? Actually staying and healing and getting past this, it makes it so they never want to mess this up again. It is not a green light to go ahead and hurt you. It is, oh my God, this woman is so amazing. I cannot believe that she forgives me. I was talking to a client today and I told her, I reminded her of my story. The last time he cheated, he brought old girl to live with us. She was in our house. She lived with us with her child. I was the only person working. All right. And I said something to him about, telling my client that today. And he said, I know, I told some people at work that, and they all looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, yeah, I know. I was on drugs. I was losing it. But she really loves me. That's what it came down to, was she really loves me. I was nuts and she still tolerated it. And we got past it and she forgave me and we actually were okay after that. This woman loves me and he won't do anything to try and mess that up now. He will stay home. If it looks like the crowd might get a little rowdy and he's like, no, they might be drinking too much. They might be partying too hard. No, thank you. That's all right. I'll hang out with my wife. We'll go somewhere. We'll do something together. So it's not that at all. You actually staying and forgiving is, oh my God, I cannot believe I have been forgiven like this by such an angel. Let me make sure that I prove to her that she has made the right decision. And mine does it all day, every day now. And all day, every day, I'm so flippin' happy with him. I can't tell you. He does everything that he can possibly do to show me he loves me. He cares about me. He wants to be with me. He buys me presents. My major love language is gifts. These are a present. I wear these all the time now. I'm trying to tell you, it's good stuff when you actually heal. So don't stay and be miserable. Stay and heal, and you will make sure that this never happens again. All right? That makes sense to you, Sherry? I hope so. Oh, I'm sweating. The lights. All right, let's see. Chelsea said, I was worried that he was just emotionally hung up on her. What she had said is, helped me so much just now. I'm so glad. Good. It was just some revenge. It was him being petty. It was. That's all it was. It was not an emotional connection. It was she said something or did something that he was like, I bet you if I wanted to sleep with you again, I could. She said something that triggered that thought off, and then he went ahead and went for it. That's what it was. Aldine, oh wow. I know. It's a story, girl. It's a story. That's just the last time. But yeah, that was the most like big and bad, like, dude, are you insane? Type of thing that he did. It was. Chelsea said, I just found out this out 4 months ago, but I sometimes feel like looking at his phone to make sure he's not still trying to talk to her anyway. How can I stop wanting to check up on his phone? As long as you're not doing it, that feeling will fade. You tell your brain, okay, look, there's nothing in there for me. There's nothing in there that is a threat. There is nothing in there that is going to make this better and make me heal anymore. If I look in here and he's not talking to her, then I'm not going to believe that. I'm going to just believe he got more sneaky. So there's no point. There's no point at all. I can look in it, but I wouldn't believe what I saw anyway because I don't believe him right now. You got to get to the place where you actually are trusting him for that to have actually even worked, and by that time you won't need it. So there's no need. Just keep on telling your brain, no, that doesn't help me. Even if I did find out there was nothing in that phone, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe that. I would be like, oh, well, he just erased it all really well this time. That's all you would think. That's exactly what happens all the time. Women tell me all the time, well, I thought if I looked, but then I didn't find anything. And then I thought, well, he probably just hid it. And I was like, see, now you're back exactly the same square that you were in when you started. There's no need to do it. It's pointless. It doesn't help you at all. It really doesn't. All right. Any other questions? Let me see if I got any other questions. You want me to run through the dreams formula real quick? If you are new here, which y'all are new, some people are new. Thank you for being here with me. I'm so glad you are. But the dreams formula, this is the formula. This is it right here. This is exactly what you need to do. If you do these steps over and over, you are going to heal. Okay. The first thing is the D of the dreams formula is decide. You got to decide this is the person. You got to decide whether this person is worth the effort or he is not. Okay. And if you make that decision, it makes it a little bit easier on your brain because instead of your brain arguing with you back and forth about whether you should or shouldn't, you've already made up your mind. You know what you're going to do. I know, brain, you don't want me to do it. I know you're scared about being hurt again, but I am telling you, I feel like this is a calculated risk. I feel like he is the person for me. I feel like he is not going to continue to hurt me like this into the future. That is where I am. I'm safe. I am okay, and I'm making this choice for myself. That's the decision, okay? People get messed up when they are trying to make the other person make the decision, okay? When you're trying to get them to make a decision, then you are feeling like, oh, well, I don't have any say in this. And then you feel bad about yourself. You feel like you're in a corner where, okay, well, I can only do what they want us to do. That's not so. I told my husband flat out, I was like, hey, you could keep doing this, but I'm telling you right now, we're not getting divorced. Nobody's signing any papers. I said, till death do us part, and I mean it. Don't make me make it a shorter period of time, okay? I'm telling you, ain't nobody going anywhere. So you can either get right and treat me better, which is, I'm saying you can get right and treat me better. There is no either or. Get right and treat me better. That's what it was, all right? And I made the decision. I made that decision, and he had to run with it. R is recognizing and then overcoming the fear speech. All of that stuff that comes into your brain that is chatting away in there, it's a little monster that's in your brain, and it keeps telling you, oh, he could never have loved you if he did this, and you're never going to feel secure with him again. And it's a whole bunch of nonsense. It's not true. It's just lying to you. It's trying to keep you away from him. It's trying to make you back away. It's trying to make you back off of your decision. Gotta stand firm in that decision. Recognize the fear as you're hearing it from the inside of your brain and from other people around you, friends and family who mean well but are just telling you awful things. And recognize that that's fear and decide that you don't want to live in fear. All right. E is evaluate the why. Why did this happen? We went over that earlier. Sick, sad, stupid. You can figure that out. You can figure out what is going on with him, what was going on that made him make such a terrible decision, and then have some compassion for that. You've been in a situation where you had bad things going on and you made a bad decision before. I know you have. Everybody has. So find that compassion by understanding the why. Not, oh, well, I'm going to make it so this doesn't hurt again. It doesn't work. You can't stop pain. If you're trying consistently to try and stop pain every day of your life, you're living in pain because you are separating yourself from people and you are constantly living in a state of anxiety. So you're already in pain. So what the hell was the point of that? All right. A is allowing the healing to happen when you are putting your ring back on, when we're having sex again, when we are touching and kissing again. On Touchy Tuesday, I said, hey, kiss him for 10 seconds, hug him for 20 seconds. Somebody was like, I just can't do it. I feel like I'm not at that place yet. You will not get to that place until you do it. You won't. It just doesn't happen like that. You got to go for it. Go and kiss him. Go and hug him. Go and get close and have that intimacy again. It will get better as you practice it. As you practice being in your body in the moment and not wandering around in your head thinking awful thoughts. All right. M is for managing the future feelings. You're going to have triggers. That's what that is. Managing those future feelings. You are going to have triggers. Okay. That does not mean go talk to him about the trigger. All right. It doesn't mean that. I know you want to. I know that when it happens, you're like, see what you did here, deal with this mess. But that doesn't help you because he cannot handle a trigger for you. You're the only one that can do it. You're the only one that can recognize your triggers and then come up with a plan for them. If you want to get angry, okay, go throw something, go smash something, go scream into a pillow. All right. If you want to talk about something, go journal. Run around the house, dance for a while, work up a sweat because that'll work off some of the adrenaline. Whatever it is, you got to come up with a plan ahead of time to be able to deal with those triggers. And then S is for support. Got to have somebody who's going to support you through all that, who's going to say, I understand your decision. I am completely cool with your decision. I believe in you. I believe that you are making this choice from a knowledgeable place. You are saying that this is still the person that you feel like is your person, and you shouldn't have to be without your person. And I'm completely on board with you going ahead and having that love that you want to have here. How can I help you with it? All right. That's what you need. And that's what I do. So, if you want to work with me, hit me up because I'm taking one-on-one clients right now. But it doesn't even matter. If you don't work with me, you got to find somebody who will do that for you. And don't make it be your mate because that's a lot to put on them. Oh, hey, Snow. I see you, girl. You gave me some Thirsty Thursday. She gave me something good to say. I love it. Thank you. You said, my husband has been struggling with alcohol addiction since he dug himself into a deep, dark hole with the affair. He's in rehab right now. Yay. And told me he wrote me a letter to give me when he gets out. Okay. All right. This is huge. He hasn't wrote a letter to me since we got engaged. Oh, it's good stuff. He's out here dealing with the addiction, going to the therapy, going and trying to work on it for you, and got that letter waiting for you when he gets out. He wants to work this out. He wants things to be good between the two of you. I'm happy for you, Snow. Good. Happy about that. Good stuff. I love it. I love it when people go ahead and take care of themselves. He needed the rehab. Hey, he had to go do that. Meldine, you said you sent me a question to my page. What, to my Love Coach Dasha messenger? I don't see it. Or is it on the Facebook page? Or is it on the Love Coach Dasha page? I got so much stuff. I'm everywhere. Hold on. Okay, it's on the page. Okay, hold on. Let me look. Oh, Coach Dasha. Let me see. My phone just went off, and I have text affirmations that come on my phone, and it just said to me, it just says, "Someone sees you shine from within." Are y'all seeing me shine from within today? My text, I got, it's called text affirmations, like $8 and some change, like every 3 months, and they just send you text messages all every day to tell you good stuff. So that's a good thing to have. If you haven't had anything like that, that's a good thing to have. I don't see it on the Love Coach Dasha page. Is it on the actual group page? Is it on? I don't know. Copy and paste it. Put it in the comments. Let me see. I don't want to miss your question. I don't see it. Unread. Yeah, I don't see it in the unread. I don't see it on the Love Coach Dasha page. Just copy and paste it. Put it up here. Let me see. It may be on the Love After Cheating. Hold on. Let me look. Let's see. Most recent, maybe? It's about the revenge cheating. Oh, I saw that. I did see that beforehand. I said we could talk about that. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I found it. And it says, can we touch on wanting to have a revenge affair because that's the only way that you feel like you can heal and start over? Oh, honey, no, we can't do that. Okay, first things first. If cheating is wrong, it's wrong if you do it too. Revenge or not. If you're okay, number one, doing stuff for revenge is not a good idea anyhow. But if it's such a bad thing, then why do you want to do it? And you're like, oh, that's the only way to heal and start over. So you're going to purposely go out and use somebody else to continue your relationship with this person. Does that sound reasonable? Does that sound like a good idea? That sounds a little evil, doesn't it? I think it is. A little bit. It's a little bit evil. I'm going to go find somebody who I can have sex with who might actually like me, but I'm not actually going to be involved with them. I'm just going to use them for sex, and then I'm going to go back to my relationship. No. No, let's not do that. And then you're like, oh, to start over. We're not starting over. This is still your relationship, okay? We are not starting all over, and it's not a brand new relationship. You have been through some things. We are not starting back over, because if you're saying you're starting over, then we're starting from the beginning. We don't have any lessons learned. We don't have any good growth that we have been through together. We don't need to be starting over either. All right. So yes, I know it's a great idea. It feels like it'd be fun. Well, if I go ahead and cheat on him, and he'll know what I did, and he'll know how it feels. Okay, you're saying you want him to allow you to go have sex with somebody else, and then come back to him and tell him about it. Tell on yourself, and now the relationship is supposed to be fine. The way you're feeling about him cheating, you want him to feel about you cheating. So now both of you are angry. Both of you are hurt. Both of you feel like you're justified in doing whatever it is you want to do. And how does that heal anything? It doesn't work. It doesn't. If it worked, I would say do it, but it doesn't work. So does that make sense? I know it's a pretty simple concept. But if it works, then there's a whole bunch of people would be a whole lot happier because they went ahead and cheated, but then they're not, because they're all just as miserable because they're doing something that they know is against what they would want to have happen. They don't want to do that. You don't actually want to cheat, do you? And you say when I say it like that. That's my job, is to give it to you from a different perspective. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you're like, okay, all right. All right, all right, okay, I won't cheat on him. It's wrong. If it's just wrong, it's just wrong. You don't want to start trying to justify things. If you're like, well, I wouldn't normally do this. Me, myself, me, the loving, wonderful queen that I am, I wouldn't normally do this, but because you hurt me, I'm going to step outside of my normal boundaries, my normal rules for my own behavior, and I'm going to say it is justified for me to do this terrible thing to you, and then I'm going to expect that everything goes back to normal, and he's supposed to just be all right with the fact that I hurt him on purpose. Because he wasn't even trying to hurt you on purpose, was he? He wasn't trying to actually let you know that this happened, was he? He wasn't like, oh, here, look, I'm cheating on you. He wasn't even trying to do that. He was trying to hide it, wasn't he? They're always trying to hide it. And he didn't want you to know that. He was doing something because he was hurting. He wasn't doing it to hurt you. You're talking about doing it just to hurt him. All of it, all of the reasons to do it are not good reasons. They're just not. He was definitely hiding it. Yeah. So he wasn't trying to hurt you, but you are saying that I want to purposely hurt him in order to make him feel how I feel, but you're not able to get over it just yet. You can't even regulate your emotions about it right now. So you want to set yourself up so he's feeling like that. So now you don't even have the high ground. Because you can't say, well, you cheated on me so I can feel bad and you shouldn't feel bad. No, because you cheated on him too. So if you feel bad because he cheated on you, then he can feel bad because you cheated on him. And now everybody's justified in being mean to each other. So it sets yourself up for failure. It does. I know it seems like a good idea at the time, but it's not. Don't do it. Don't do it. Right? I'm glad you're with me on that, Melody. I'm glad. All right. I think, is that all the questions? Is that everybody? Let me know. I want to make sure I answer everybody that's here. Talk to you all. You know I'm so happy to talk to y'all. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am right here doing exactly this. I've been doing this since what, 2020? Since the pandemic, I've been sitting here doing it was earlier in the day before, but now it is every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am right here for the Healing Hour Live. I will answer your questions. I want to hear about what you're doing so we can get you on the healing path, all right? I don't feel like you deserve to hurt anymore. And my goal this year is I want to get 1,000 women out of pain. So if you want to be one of those 1,000, hit me up. I got deals. I got programs. I am trying to get 1,000 women out of pain this year, 2023. Let's see. Instead of saying starting over, how should you approach it? We're healing. We're moving forward. We're going to the next chapter. We are recreating the relationship. This is our relationship, but we're working on it a little bit. We're tweaking it. We're getting it a little bit better than it was. That's all. It's still the same relationship. It's still the same person. It's still the person that you wanted to be with. It's just the fact that now we have overcome something together. That's what we're working on. We're working on actually overcoming something together. And that is the thing that makes couples really strong, is getting past some stuff together. Me and my husband are an example. And we got through this together, and can't no man put us asunder. Can't do it. All right. Chelsea, how can I start trusting him more since the trust was destroyed? I tell this all the time, and you're probably not going to like it, but trust isn't earned. Trust is given. We give trust to the people that we want to have it. And he is a person that you want to trust. So when there is an opportunity to trust or not to trust, you trust. If it is, okay, I was 5 minutes late getting home because, some traffic, believe him. I'm talking to my mother on the phone, believe him. Trust him. Believe in him. That's what trust is. The first thing of trust is a firm belief in someone or something. have firm belief in him. And when, you're leaning towards not trusting, recognize that you're leaning towards not trusting and say, okay, brain, I know you're trying to protect me from harm, but I want to trust this person. This is the person for me. This is the person I'm going to spend my life with. I want to trust him. I am giving him my trust. And then just every single time, it's like a muscle. It is. Every time you need to, every time you're trying to trust or not trust, it is like working out a muscle. It is like building up that resistance. You got that resistance, okay? You got to fight against it. To build that muscle, to get that muscle bigger and stronger, you got to fight against that resistance. You don't want to trust him in the I'm afraid that I might get hurt way, but you do want to trust him in the person that I am, the love that I have. I do indeed want to trust him, and you just got to go ahead and run with that. You want that, you want it, so you got to go ahead and do it. All right, does that make sense? It's just an action word. Forgiving and trusting, they're action words. You got to actually do them. You got to practice them, and then they get comfortable again. But if you don't trust them, if you never trust them, if you got the GPS on the phone, you're constantly checking, that is not trust. Everybody always says, well, that's transparency, so it will help me to trust them again. It does not. Checking on somebody is checking. It is making sure. It is not believing. It is not trusting. All right. That helps good. I'm glad that helps. All right. You got to just know. You just got to know you got to work on it. You got to work that muscle. All right, Melody, you so needed this live today. Girl, I'm so glad that I could be here for you. I'm here every Thursday. You just got to the group so shortly ago, but yes, I am glad that you're here. I want you all to know this stuff. And speaking of knowing stuff, I want to announce real quick what we're doing. On the 20th of February, we are going to do the next challenge. I haven't done a challenge in almost a year. I was trying to move last year, from April to August. I was worried about getting a place, but we got into the new place, got the new office. We're all set up. So I am going to do a challenge starting on the 20th. You are going to be seeing tomorrow. I'm going to post the sign up for it, but we're going to finally do the first annual Tricky Triggers Challenge. We are going to work on the damn triggers. Okay? That's what we are going to be working on. So you're going to want to be here for that. Check in the group tomorrow. And then if you're watching me on Instagram, it's going to be in my link tree on my Instagram too. It is coming up. The sign up for it will be up tomorrow. I'll put it in the pin section, and then I'll put it in my link tree on Instagram because, honey, you want to be here for that, okay? You want to be here for my challenges. I got good challenges. We have fun when we do my challenges, all right? You all, most of the people that are listening right now haven't been through a challenge with me, but we are about to do one. And it's going to be the first time I'm doing this one, so good stuff all around, all right? Whew. All right. I think that's about it. This was the healing hour and a half, but that's all right. I do not ever mind going a little long and talking to all of you. You know I want to hear from you. You know I want to answer your questions. All right. So, last thing, as we always do, I'm going to give you an affirmation because everything you say to yourself, whether it be good or bad, is an affirmation. You have to be very picky about the things that you continue to tell your brain. You need to be working on that every day, not allowing yourself to tell yourself a horrible story over and over again because your brain will believe you. If you tell it a wonderful story about yourself every single day, guess what will happen? It will believe that too. So we got to work on that. So I got a deck of affirmation cards. Hey, it doesn't matter where you get your affirmations from. Just use them on a day-to-day basis, okay? We need to be doing that. Chelsea said, what determines how long it takes a woman to heal after infidelity? Her own decision. What she's willing to do, how far she's willing to go, how much help you're willing to accept, and doing it. Going through the process. practicing. That's how much time it's going to take. If you are consistent, if you do something for 60 days, it becomes a habit. So if you are consistently not asking the questions and dealing with your triggers and talking to somebody who will give you good support and doing your journaling and doing your breathing, in a year from now, you can be in a completely different place. You can feel really good about what you're doing if you work on it for 60 days straight and then consistently continue to focus on that. A year from now, you'll feel better. A year, that is the outside. You can feel better in less time than that, but most people, it takes them about a year to balance it out, to get the emotions back under control, to go in a loop-de-loop a couple of times because you forget sometimes, so you got to come back to the beginning and work on it again and then go forward a little bit more. But usually about a year, it just determines if you are really willing to go through the actions of healing. If you go through the actions of healing, you will heal. Just is. I know, it's great to know, isn't it? When you do the actions of a healed person, you heal. So every time you're about to do something that the fear or the pain wants you to do, you must resist that and do the opposite. If you do the opposite of what the fear and the pain tell you, then you're always headed on the healing path. The fear and the pain are the hurting path. They want you to hurt. They want you to be alone. They want you to be sad. But if you are doing the things opposite of what the fear and the pain are telling you, whatever it tells you, if it tells you, don't touch him, he's dirty, and he's going to make you feel dirty, you immediately reach out and touch him. If it tells you, well, no, don't have any sex with him, he doesn't deserve any sex, have sex. I don't want to hold hands with him. I don't want to spend any time with him watching TV. He doesn't deserve my presence. Go be in his presence. Whatever the pain is telling you not to do, go do it. Right? That's going to determine how long it takes you to heal. All right. This is your affirmation for today. Today, I am powerful. Today, I know that I have the power and wisdom to accomplish everything I want to do. And honey, let me tell you, you do. Okay? Gotta believe that. Gotta be with that. Okay? So, today I am powerful. Today I know that I have the power and wisdom to succeed, to accomplish everything I want to do. And over here, today I am powerful. Today I know that I have the power and wisdom to accomplish anything I choose to do. All right? That is your affirmation for today. Today I am powerful. You are powerful. You are way more powerful than you have ever imagined. And I want you to know that. All right. You are the main character of this story. You are the hero here. You are going to fix this. You are going to heal. And by your healing, you are going to heal your relationship. That is how it works. I promise it is. And you can be with the person that you love and be happy. All right. All right. I'm talked out. That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for joining me for the Healing Hour Live. I appreciate all the newcomers and everybody that's been with me for a minute. If you need help with writing your Valentine's message, $5. I got you. I'll write something that'll make you a little teary. I will hook you up. And be looking out for the sign up for the Tricky Triggers Challenge tomorrow. That's coming up. And that's about it for right now. So don't do what the fear tells you to do. And I love you, and I'm very proud of you, okay? All right, that's it. I'll talk to you next week. Bye over here on Instagram. And bye to you over here on YouTube and Facebook. Bye.